I imagine your garden thriving like this, with minimal effort and water wastage. Picture yourself walking through rows of verdant vegetables and radiant flowers, all nourished by an efficient watering system you've set up yourself. But contrast this with the reality of struggling gardens, gasping for hydration, a clear sign of water being used ineffectively. It's time to bridge this gap. It's time to introduce you to the world of DIY irrigation systems, a world where your garden thrives and water is never wasted. Stay tuned to transform this into your reality. Ever wondered how much water your garden wastes? Traditional gardening methods can lead to significant water wastage, but there's a smarter, more efficient way to keep your garden lush and thriving. Enter the world of DIY irrigation systems. These systems are designed to deliver water directly to the roots of your plants, reducing evaporation and runoff. The benefits are plentiful. First up, water conservation. By watering the plants directly, you use less water overall. Secondly, time efficiency. Once set up, these systems do the watering for you, leaving you free to enjoy your garden rather than labor in it. Thirdly, healthier plants. By delivering the right amount of water to the right places, your plants will thrive like never before. And lastly, cost savings. With less water wasted, you'll see a noticeable decrease in your water bill. With DIY irrigation systems, you not only save water but also time and money. Let's dive into the types of DIY irrigation systems that you can implement in your garden. There are three main types to consider: drip, soaker hose, and sprinkler systems. Each has its own unique advantages and is best suited to different types of gardens. First up, we have drip irrigation systems. These systems work by delivering water directly to the base of your plants. This method is incredibly efficient, as it reduces water evaporation and ensures that your plants receive the exact amount of water they need. It's particularly useful for planters, vegetable rows, or individual plants that need a little extra attention. Next, we have soaker hoses. Soaker hoses are ideal for watering large areas of similar plants. They're essentially porous hoses that let water seep out all along their length, providing a gentle, even watering that's perfect for garden beds, shrubs, and trees. Last but not least, we have sprinkler systems. These systems are great for watering large areas of lawn or ground cover. They work by spraying water into the air, mimicking the effect of rainfall. It's a great way to ensure that your garden gets a thorough, even watering, but be aware that they can be a bit less efficient than other systems due to water evaporation. So, which system is right for you? Well, that depends on your garden. If you're growing a lot of similar plants in a large area, a soaker hose might be the way to go. If you have a lawn or large areas of ground cover, a sprinkler system might be your best bet. And if you have a lot of individual plants that need special attention, a drip system could be your perfect solution. In the end, it's all about assessing the needs of your garden and choosing the system that best meets those needs. And remember, you're not limited to just one system. Many gardeners find that a combination of systems works best for their unique garden layout. Remember, the type of system you choose depends on the needs of your garden. Before you start, it's crucial to plan your system effectively. Planning is not just about knowing where to place your irrigation system, but it's also about understanding your garden's unique needs. Each plant in your garden has its own water requirements, and this should be reflected in your irrigation layout. For instance, your thirsty tomatoes might need more frequent watering than your succulent lavender. Sun exposure is another factor that comes into play. Areas of your garden that receive more sun will dry out quicker and may need more regular watering. So, how do you start? Begin by mapping out your garden. Draw a simple sketch noting the location of each plant type, their water needs, and how much sun they get. For those who love precision, there are various garden planning apps available that can assist you in this process. Remember, the goal is to use water as efficiently as possible. A well-planned system leads to a well-watered garden. Now that you've planned your system, let's look at the tools and materials you'll need. To start, you'll want a good pair of gardening gloves. Trust me, they'll save your hands from many a scrape and splinter. Then you'll need a shovel or garden trowel for digging trenches and a garden hose or tubing, depending on the type of irrigation system you've chosen. Be sure to grab some connectors and emitters to control the flow of water. Don't forget the all-important timer. This little device will automate your watering schedule, ensuring your plants get the right amount of water at the right time. And lastly, you'll need a water source and some patience. Yes, the first time might be a bit challenging, but remember, the end result is a thriving, water-efficient garden. You can find most of these materials at your local hardware store or online. So gather your tools, roll up your sleeves, and let's get to work. Ready to get your hands dirty? Here's a step-by-step guide to setting up your irrigation system. First things first, let's start with the drip irrigation system. Begin by laying out your drip lines along your garden beds, keeping them close to your plants. Connect your main line to the water source, and then attach your drip lines using connectors. Put in the drip emitters at intervals along the line, and cap off the end. Turn on the water and voila, you've got a drip system. Next up is the soaker hose system. This one's a breeze. Simply lay out your soaker hoses along your garden beds, making sure they're close to your plants. Connect your soaker hoses to your water source and you're good to go. Remember, soaker hoses are great for delivering water directly to the root zone, reducing water waste. Finally, let's tackle the sprinkler system. Start by laying out your sprinkler heads, taking care to position them for maximum coverage. Connect your main line to the water source and then attach your sprinkler heads using risers. Make sure your sprinkler heads are at the correct height. They should be level with the ground. Turn on the water and watch your garden get a refreshing sprinkler shower. Remember, every garden is unique, so you might need to tweak these steps a bit to suit your garden's needs. And don't worry if you make a few mistakes along the way. That's part of the DIY journey. Also, here's a pro tip. Before you start, turn on your water source to flush out any debris in your lines. This will prevent any blockages in your system once it's up and running. So whether you're installing a drip, soaker hose, or sprinkler system, the key is to plan, to be patient, and to enjoy the process. After all, part of the joy of gardening is getting your hands dirty, right? And there you have it, your very own DIY irrigation system. Maintaining your system is just as important as setting it up. Just like a well-tuned car runs smoothly, a well-maintained irrigation system ensures your garden stays lush and vibrant with minimal water wastage. First off, regular checks for leaks are essential. Even the smallest leak can waste gallons of water over time. So keep an eye out for any wet spots in your garden when the system isn't running. A leak is often the culprit. Cleaning filters is another important task. Filters prevent particles and debris from clogging the system. If left unchecked, a clogged filter can reduce water flow and efficiency, so make it a habit to clean your filters regularly. Now, let's talk about conserving water beyond an efficient irrigation system. One way is through mulching. Mulch reduces evaporation, retaining moisture in the soil. Plus, it suppresses weeds that compete with your plants for water. So consider adding a layer of mulch around your plants. Lastly, consider choosing drought-resistant plants. These hardy species require less water, making them a great choice for conserving this precious resource. Plus, they can add variety and intrigue to your garden. With these tips, you're ready to make your garden thrive while saving water. Remember, every drop counts, and your efforts can make a significant difference. What are you waiting for? It's time to transform your garden. Arm yourself with a DIY irrigation system and watch as your plants flourish with minimal effort. Remember, this isn't just about creating a beautiful garden, but also about conserving water and supporting our environment. If you've enjoyed this video and want to learn more, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. Join us next time for more gardening tips and tricks that will help your garden thrive.